Am I taking somebody else's back?
You did, so it's okay. Yours is under your notebook. So I think it was more. It was. It's okay.
Here it is. No, that's mine.
Look at your paper.
Yep. No. Well, there's only 4 of us.
That's fine. No, it's not.
Well, like 3.
3. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're right. Yeah.
well, I mean, in total.
I started the recording so you can bring it started.
Do I call to order?
Yes.
Just like to call to order the Education Advisory Board meeting of Thursday, January 16th, 2025 at 6 p.m. Roll call. Need a Kaplan.
Need a Kaplan here. Chair Barron here. Chair.
Yes.
Board member Alexis here. Board member. We have a quorum.
We have what?
A quorum.
Right. Okay. So now we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now, I'd like us, excuse me, to move on to the approval of the agenda. Any questions on that? No? All in favor?
Call for a motion.
I'll call for a promotion. Second?
Second that motion. We have a motion by board member Colleen. Yes. Second by board member Lexima. Do roll. Board member Miller. Sit. Board member Lexima. Board member Colleen. Yep. Board member Chair.
Here.
Motion carries 3-0.
And now I'd like to move that there be approval of the minutes of the Educational Advisory Board of 10/24/24. Do I see those? No, those aren't the minutes.
They were in the agenda.
Oh, the email, yes, ma'am.
Yes. Mhm. So you-
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Yep.
We didn't get a paper copy. No.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
Yeah, it's on,
all right.
So is that a motion, right?
yes. I second that motion.
I have a motion by board member Colleen, seconded by Lexima. Roll call, board member Colleen,
Yes.
board member Lexima, Chair Kaplan.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0.
Okay, now we move on to our unfinished business. Do we need a motion for that? No. All right, well, thank you everybody for being here. There's probably traffic problems. I don't know, I didn't hear from anybody else, but I did hear from Lisa Barron that she couldn't get a babysitter. Somebody, a babysitter called her sick last minute. Yeah. She was very sorry. But she did say that she went to the high school and talked with Principal Hatchett. Is that his name?
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Right here.
And she asked him what his needs were, and he mentioned that he needs funding. And if I had her on the phone or something, I would have said, well, what kind of funding was he asking about? But I'm sure she can follow up with that. But she did say the one thing that they really need is new signage for the football field.
Okay.
So I don't know what that would be either, or what the cost would be. But I don't know if it says now just Seminole Ridge High School. I didn't really take a
Like
look.
on like a scoreboard area
Yeah.
there. Okay, like in the
Because I started to think about it a little bit, and I'm sure it's not inexpensive. It's gotta be thousands to
Right.
get something, big enough. But maybe that's something that a local business would
I
sponsor.
was gonna say, would a local business sponsor it with their name on it, or is that not allowed at the high school?
I don't know. So that's something that we should have to look into.
Right. Coca-Cola?
Yeah, it's
I think other high schools do it,
Yeah,
but I'm not sure
what
if I've seen
the-
one in Florida.
right, like the Youth Sports Association, what their regulations are.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
That makes sense.
So those I guess were her ideas that I had asked for. Anybody have any general comments or reports or updates beyond what's listed?
beyond what you
Yeah.
listed. Well, what I have, let's see. Okay, so just in general, I have been speaking with the principal of the, Golden Grove Elementary School. Not through the board, because I know it takes me to
Right,
send
right.
emails.
The press when,
So, yes.
volunteer.
So what happens is the principal, Linda Edgecombe from Golden Grove Elementary School, contacts me directly, and she'll say, I need help over the next 2 weeks with the holiday gift shop for the kids. And when I thought, well, she needs it immediately, so I can come through the
Yeah,
advisory board. Because it would take approval
right.
and a meeting, city council, getting kids involved and so forth. So what I do is I just go through my Pressman Women's Club and find 12 women to go to the school over 2 weeks and help her out. That's what we've been doing. I know Anita came with
I
me
went,
to
yeah,
help.
it was fun.
And then she needed
But this was just her Christmas.
it is a Pressman, yes. It was, then we have, then she called me, she needed help for, a vocabulary, parade and,
Oh, it's so cute.
yeah, and, crafting with the children, and so I had some women go out and do that. So, went out, well, I won't get to it yet. Then upcoming things she wants, I don't know if that'll come up here during this piece here, but she has other things that she needs as far as, future volunteering opportunities in February.
That's,
April and May.
Keith, I think, is assigned to the
To where?
Golden Grove.
No, that's me.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we
Okay,
twisted.
yeah.
So she has 3 other things coming up. She has a grade 4 annual Black Wax Museum in February. She has a Mother's Day tea, and she has April 9th and 10th, the annual theater performance, and she would need volunteers for all of that. So I think if we're gonna get on that, we should probably get on it quickly, so we can go through the board.
Yeah.
Because I could just do that through my press when Women's Club.
I don't
Get
know that it has to
volunteers.
go through the board. We just have to, I was gonna say, play within the constraints of the sunshine laws.
Right, but I feel
Every
like
year
We're
it says
just
that, I have
going
to send
into the school to help.
you.
Do we need to get approval?
I think so if it's a bunch of us. Yes. Like, right, if it's more than 2 people or something like that, or more than,
Oh, I don't think more than 2 can go.
right?
I don't even know that I don't know that more than 1 can go.
Well, if you
Greg,
go-
do you have anything about that?
he won't be able to talk.
Oh, we can't talk?
Yeah.
Oh, we can only
Um,
listen.
So are you going with your group? or
Right now,
as a
so
woman?
far, what I've done is just gone through volunteers through my community, through Crestwood community. Anita came as a volunteer,
Mhm.
not through the board.
Not through me.
Because
That's fine.
quickly,
Yeah, if you do it that way, that's fine.
but if I want to get more of the community involved, I think we need to plan it farther in advance so that we can get community involvement.
If you do it through your organization, that's fine. But if
Right.
you do it through the board, it is completely different thing.
Well, this being on this committee has spurred me to do all of that, but it's just not
Yeah.
going through the board, it's
Yeah.
going through my community.
Well, I mean, every time we want to do an activity, we have to ask the board.
No, if you're doing it in your own capacity.
Yeah,
If you're doing it as a
No,
volunteer,
no, as a
yes,
board
that's fine.
member.
Just if you're doing it as a board member, then you have to
yeah.
go through channels.
So if I
What's
want,
proper channels?
You have to let us know, and then I'll have to get it approved, of course, depending on what it is and the premise, how involved it is. But as I say, if you're doing it just as a volunteer,
Mhm.
that's a completely different thing.
So I'm thinking for future bigger volunteer opportunity, that we can involve the community and then go through the board and then get approval. Where if the principal just calls me and needs assistance right away, I'm just jumping on it.
So how soon is that activity?
I have 3 of them coming up.
February.
February, annual Black Wax Museum. May, April, the theater performance. And then the, May would be the Mother's Day thing. You probably know about all that.
Thank you.
Oh, I did,
Coming
the
up.
year that my son, yeah, my
Oh,
son
you
goes
might
to
hear
H.L.
it.
Johnson
Oh,
now.
okay, okay.
Yeah,
that's
but
right.
I do remember,
Have you met with her? Did you talk?
yes, I met with
Yeah.
her.
Okay. She's on top of things.
Yeah, she's awesome. She really
She
is
is
awesome.
really
Their
on top of
PTA is
things,
awesome
yeah.
too, like, they're really
And also, the Crestwood Yoga Group donated money to the Loxahatchee Groves Elementary School, which I know is not part of the group,
Right.
but we did donate $400 for their CARES program, which takes care of underwear, shoes, socks
awesome.
for the children. So that also did not go through the board because Loxahatchee Groves is not considered one of the
Right.
schools in the
Okay,
Westlake.
so we've got to figure out, how we can do some of these things as quickly as possible, because now we're at the point where we have to take some action on what we did with our brainstorming session.
Mhm.
And now the council is gonna be, looking for a list of those things. So, all right, so we talked somewhat about Golden Grove. I don't know if you have anything you want to
No, I don't
add
think
to that.
new.
I mean, I'm sure they'll always have things to do. It's just her nature. That's why she's doing such a great job. Yeah. But I thought there might be possibilities with the trade programs, the gifted programs, and maybe even with, am I saying it right? The exceptional student education programs?
Mhm.
Because I know that was a passion of yours.
Yes.
And we talked quite a bit about the value of a student going through a trade program if they so desired, but that there was a lack of information or acceptance of the idea of that somewhat in the communities at large, and I think it's true here. But I think it's partly a matter of information. I don't think people know when you work in a trade that there's a real career pathway there,
Right.
and there's very good money.
Yeah.
And
Um,
the high
but we
school
don't,
offers that.
well, they have the home building
Mhm.
They
program
have
at
a
the high school.
mechanical program too, I think.
Yeah, so I was thinking, if Lisa was here, maybe she could talk a little bit more to the principal. We could even do some kind of an event surrounding that, where some of the teachers showcase
Like a
what they
showcase of
do,
programs.
like a show and tell.
Right
Maybe
now
we-
they have showcase of schools. That's what the county does, where like all the schools come together and they like showcase what programs they have.
When is that?
Ooh, I like that password.
Oh, is that right?
They
I
do,
feel like-
they all,
Yeah, 'cause-
where do they have it?
Good question. I'm not sure. I get all the emails. I'll tell you right
Oh,
now.
okay,
Well, I know, the Crestwood Women's Club, we are going to, provide scholarships again this year. $1,000 scholarships. Maybe we can partner with Crestwood, maybe the community can partner with Crestwood to provide additional or higher scholarships.
yeah.
Yeah.
We just have to figure a way to.
Well, I think with the community outreach, did you happen to go to Culver's or get any more
I
information?
called Culver's, I called, this case, the Bell, and a couple of times, they never answered me, so I called corporate.
Oh, you did?
I did. Corporate said they would definitely do something, but I really have to get in touch with this person. So then I called the general manager of Culver's, and he had no information except to just again give me the phone number. So
Yeah, he was the one that told me a little bit about it, but he didn't have
General
all the
manager?
details.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You just
His
have
name
to
was
keep in mind that that's
Giovanni.
not considered.
That's what I was just gonna say. We
Oh,
should
that's not
try
Westlake.
like Three Natives, which is opening this
oh,
week.
the ones that are open.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're gonna be equally as motivated.
I
to
would
boost
think
their
so, all
sales,
of them,
too.
any of them.
Yeah,
Or
or
even
yeah, we can even do
Starbucks.
all. We could make it where Monday night is one place, Wednesday night's another, Friday night's another. And most places are very accepting and welcoming of it.
Should we each go into a place? You're doing community, but we can help.
Yeah.
You were saying that they make from like 6 to 8, whatever money's made.
Yeah.
One of them is donated to a certain school.
That's
Or
what,
to-
no, that's what Culver's is doing. I'm
Okay.
saying we could go into Starbucks and say, we represent Westlake in the Educational Advisory Board. We're looking to partner with schools. They need funds for a whole variety of projects. We
Right.
pick one or two, I don't know, whatever it is. Maybe the billboard piece. Maybe
Yeah.
we go to all the places with the same thing because it's going to be quite a bit of money. Or
we could do the scholarship.
Oh, the scholarship, yeah, the same thing too, we said we have scholarship funds.
They can
If
be,
we wanna-
highlighted on some type of a scholarship bulletin or,
I mean, information like that goes in the town crier, right?
yes.
Yeah, the
And then,
Westlake Wanderer can also
The
put
Westlake
something out
Wanderer,
there.
she always, Alicia
Well, Principal
always
Myerson
does.
Yoga donated the money. He wants to put that right in the prior.
Oh, okay,
So he does. I know they advertise in there.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. Even if we do, try to find multiple locations, and then once we have a bunch of people who have commit or locations that have committed, let's say we do have three, the funds from each of the three restaurants can go to each of our three schools. So it's just something to think about. I would say when I've done it in the past, to have some type of permanent product, like some type of paper on letterhead that says this is our mission, this is what we're hoping to
Well,
achieve.
That's interesting you say that because I had been asking Greg about some kind of identity for us.
Right.
As we begin to do these things, because they don't really know who we are. We could say,
We're
we work
anyone,
for the
give me the money.
president. So I thought a business card would be nice. I
Right.
said no. And then Greg thought maybe a pin,
Right.
and I don't know if he got an answer on
Okay.
that. But I can follow up on that.
Right.
I
Like
think
some
we
type
do
of letter.
need some-
Even if we had a letter,
A
because
letter.
I've done it before. I used to fundraise for Autism Speaks. And that was one of the things that really helped. We would just go restaurant to restaurant. We had some type of documentation there. And as far as like fundraising goes, well, the tax write-off benefits. So if we do end up trying to do like fundraising,
I think it's a great idea about getting like a week's worth of, like, isn't an ice cream shop coming too, or no?
um,
They have,
no.
No, the other ones are the next to Jacuzzi.
No.
Okay.
But there's three
Well, three
natives.
natives. Is
There's
that juice? What is three natives?
it's like acai bowls and sandwiches, smoothies.
Hamburgers too.
Habit Burgers there.
Yeah.
Habit Burgers there.
Habit Burger.
Chipotle's coming. Obviously the Taco Bell, Starbucks.
Well, why don't we deal with what we have here
Yeah,
now?
what's
We
open?
need to show them that we're doing something.
Is three natives open yet?
It's supposed to open this week, I think.
Okay, Habit Burger's open, Taco Bell's open, Starbucks is
KFC's open.
KFC.
Starbucks is open. Marco's Pizza's open.
Marco's.
Yeah, Marcos is open.
Okay. Chinese?
Oh, that's part of what's the
Chinese?
The Chinese.
Winn-Dixie.
I don't know
Oh,
what it's called.
yeah,
I had
yeah.
it one
Oh,
time.
Three Skies.
I had it one time. What's it called?
But it's not new.
Golden something.
Oh, Golden Skies, Golden.
Oh, okay.
Golden Skies.
Yeah. Yeah, that is there. And then there's also the pizza place that's in that plaza too, right?
Yeah, there's something. like that.
Pomodoro or something.
Oil Pomodoro. Gator Shack.
The Gator Shack.
Should we just go with the new places or hit them all?
Well, I think we should each pick a place.
Okay.
Yeah.
And go. You want to do that?
Yes.
But who are we gonna do it for? And how
Okay.
much are we gonna ask for? And what are
I'd say
gonna
we say
it
just
for?
Westlake schools,
Westlake schools.
because depending on how many we get, then we can divvy it up that way.
I think somebody said that to me, who's it going to Westlake schools? I'd say, oh, for what at Westlake schools?
Okay.
Okay, so like what, like specifically?
Yeah.
PE equipment, restoration of like play spaces, just based off of what Miss Edgecombe told me she would have used funds for.
Okay.
So like restoration of play areas. I think I know for sure PE equipment. Like I work in and out of schools throughout the county, and I feel like every school is always short.
So
of PE
then if
equipment.
people were here, we'd get more of an idea of
I
what
know.
they're hearing.
Well, if
you know.
you know it's PE, maybe we just focus in on PE.
Yeah, we could do that.
Do they still have PE?
Yes.
Yes. They
They
do,
do?
but I know, like for instance, like some of the schools, like even H.L. Johnson, my son will ask to bring a soccer ball because they don't have a lot of balls. You know, I have clients that go to New Horizons Elementary, and it's the same thing. So I think I feel it's just a county-wide thing.
So
How about something else?
Books.
How about saying scholarships?
Yeah.
that would only be for the high school, right?
And because I was gonna say scholarship for what? Like giving a scholarship for college kind of thing.
That's what Press One's doing. That's what the women's club's doing. We're gonna give $2,000 scholarships.
Yeah, I
And
know.
one's gonna go for trade and one's gonna go for.
Yeah, maybe
that's not
we
the
ought to
board.
keep it focused on what can be used at all the schools rather than.
So what
scholarships.
about it could be a scholarship fund, but for the extracurriculars. So like for instance, the Spanish club, the running club, all of those are like $200 just to partake for the trimester.
Oh, so
You mean if you're
scholarships
gonna
for that?
belong to it, you have to pay
Oh.
$200.
Yeah, so like teachers volunteer at a lot of the schools. They'll volunteer to stay after school for an hour, and they are like the host of a club.
Right.
So like my son did chess club, and soccer club, running club,
Well,
Lego club. But all of those are usually anywhere from $150 to $200
per student.
per student, just for that term.
Oh, you mean that's the money they need to run the club?
Correct.
And does each student have, are there scholarships for them?
Mm-mm.
So if they can't afford it, they can't do it.
Correct.
Let's do that.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's
that
a
might
good
be
one.
something.
Extracurricular scholarships.
Mhm.
You
We just
calling
have to first confirm that the schools have.
How
That's the only
How
thing,
about
because
club scholarships?
Mhm.
Club scholarships.
Club scholarships. Club scholarships.
we can do that, but we have to confirm that the schools offer them. Because I remember when, I know the middle school does, because when the principal came that first meeting,
Mhm.
he did list all of the clubs they had.
Okay.
I don't remember if Ms. Excombe said they had clubs or not. Because some of the schools that don't have funding don't offer clubs.
Gotcha.
So I don't know. I'd have to check to see Colton.
And sometimes even when I've done this in the past other places, sometimes I'll say to them, what would you like it to?
Yeah,
What would you like to sponsor?
Can we
can
ask
work
her-
with that.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's very
Doesn't
true.
mean we do it, but
Right.
who knows what you're
Let
gonna
me
get.
see, because when when my company did a sponsorship for a couple of the local schools in the county, they have a checklist of categories where the funding would go, and as the sponsor, you can select where you want it to go.
Oh.
So maybe those categories are a good indicator of where they actually need it.
Who made the list? They did?
The
They
school,
had lists?
yeah.
Who had lists? Yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound like at least they got a list. We just need, funding. And I don't know if they're thinking big funding or little funding.
So you think if we just do fundraisers and each school gets so much money, just give to the school to do what they want with it, or that's not gonna be good enough for
I think we
The
need to see,
sponsor.
they wanted to know what
where it's going?
the Golden Grove was gonna do with the money, so I think we should.
Maybe
talk
each,
about
each school has a different,
That's what I'm thinking.
but you'd have to get each school to let us know. And then we won't be able to talk about it until our next meeting. That's the most difficult part of the.
Well, let me
board.
ask you this, we could meet again, we don't have to wait, we can meet more often and have a quick meeting.
Yeah.
If you're
Yeah.
amenable to that,
I'm fine with that.
we don't have to spend the whole time, right?
I feel like we can't get enough done.
Do we?
You have to speak great about that. Because as far as the ordinance is set up now for it,
That's like a real ad hoc committee.
yeah,
that we've
that
been
would be,
talking
you would
about.
have to actually separate it at that point. And that goes back to the original.
Does the council have to approve us to have extra meetings?
Yeah, and then we have to do another ordinance to get out all, because right now it's just set up for it.
Well, Greg said to me, he has said to me many times, you don't have to only meet as often as you do. I didn't know if we had to go through a process or not.
I will get Greg.
Well, yeah, I'll give him a call.
And I'll say that only because of the ordinance that's in place. I don't want to
So
do it.
frustrating.
It's very frustrating.
And also,
Greg about ad hoc.
so the Showcase of Schools is every October at the fairgrounds. Wonderful ESC coordinator at H.L. Johnson's listening in. And she messaged them, yep.
School. Can we call Greg on the phone and have him talk to us?
I'm gonna say no. And the reason being is because I don't wanna start that process because somebody else may say, call me and they wanna come in. It's just one of those type things. I am gonna look at the ordinance real quick. And also just to keep in mind with whatever you come up with, as far as what businesses you go to, it will have to go back to council, so you can
That
tell
I
Greg.
think would happen.
So before we go,
Yes,
So we can set up a list, let out, have a burger, something else goes to Starbucks.
Yeah, why don't we pick where we want to go
Then it
now?
goes to the
yeah,
next
let's just
council
do that
meeting,
list. The list we already wrote.
and then we have to get approved to go to the store. Can't just go to the store.
Wait, so we get approved, we have to approve the list, but when we actually go, it's another approval? No, right? Once it's approved, the
No,
list is approved, we
we
can
tell
go.
them
Yeah.
who's going where.
Mhm.
And then.
And they'll
either
say,
approve
yeah,
it
And
or
I say,
not.
yes, we can do that.
yes.
I'm a little worried, only because the attorney, I think, kind of wasn't too crazy about the going to businesses, but maybe it was more about knowing where we're going, so I shouldn't be negative. All right, so how about this? We've got KFC, we've got Marco's, we've got Golden Skies, we've got Pomodoro, we've got Gator Shack.
And have a burger, Taco Bell, Starbucks. Yeah.
I would still put did you put 3 days? Even though it's not, oh, okay, I was gonna say,
Oh, do
because
that.
by the time it gets approved, it might be open by then. Just put Chipotle on there too, because who knows?
So I think this is good. At least we're headed in the direction of asking for money
Right.
or whatever.
Because funding was
Yeah, big.
right.
That was a
right
big
on
one for
the
us,
top,
yeah.
So okay, so before we talk to this council, before we submit
Well,
to the
let's
council.
let's pick on who's going
Okay.
to do what, so we can say that each individual person is going to be doing this. They're not going
Okay.
together, which they don't.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can't go together.
I'll do half a burger.
So
Why?
it does say in the ordinance, I'm sorry, the board shall meet on a quarterly basis, January, April, July, and October, or more frequently if necessary for the transaction of businesses, which date shall be established by its members.
Okay,
All right, good news.
good news.
Thank you for
Okay.
having that. Good news.
Confirm that, yeah.
Okay. So
Half a burger. Okay.
Average burger, where else?
I can do 3 natives, Starbucks.
And I'll do KFC also. I'll do KFC too, Anita.
Hmm?
I'll do KFC also.
Are all these pens like this?
I'll do like markers.
They're like markers, yeah.
Yeah, use this.
This one died on me, two of them.
Yeah, use it. Just don't cut yourself.
What do you use?
I'm not writing as much as you are. There you go.
Okay,
Starbucks
so
and 3 natives, right?
Crystal has 3 natives.
And Starbucks.
And Starbucks.
And I'll take Marcos. And I'll go into Pomodoro.
Good start.
Mm-hmm.
And should we just assign the others?
We could do that.
Yeah, we could just assign it. So
So,
if we each get 2, we'll see how many are left over, and then we start adding on extras. I can take whatever the surplus is that we have extra.
let's see. Gator Shack. We'll give it to Keith.
Yeah.
That's kind, it's more guys kind of place.
Yeah.
I go there.
I've been,
Like, I love that bar.
I went there to play poker when we first
Oh,
moved
did you
here, and
really?
there was nothing going on, yeah.
Oh,
How about Lisa?
it's still,
Golden Skies?
it's still Taco Bell.
Oh yeah, Taco Bell's
Taco
there.
Bell. It's Taco Bell working, yeah?
Yeah.
Mhm. Nobody wanted to take Golden Skies. I'll try it, I'm
I
going.
don't even know that they'll partake, but it's worth a shot.
Yeah,
It's worth a shot, right?
and how much are we asking them for?
Well, we should probably all have the same form letter.
Yeah, the same
Yeah.
letter.
Is it whatever they want to donate, or do we give them?
Well,
Check
we're gonna
box.
try to do the dining thing,
Oh, the
right?
dining.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Or we can
yes.
have 2 separate forms if we're
What do you-
allowed
what do
to.
you- I'm sorry,
Because remember, it's a percentage of the
So from 6
proceeds.
to 8.
And
whatever
we're
the
asking
current-
for like a,
I wouldn't do that unless they're set up for it.
because
we
they
have to ask.
They're not set up for it.
But the other thing, we have to notify every school that this is happening, so that they go.
right, yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
we
that's
blast
the
it.
other part of it.
Yeah.
I'd still focus it on the Culvers because they're set up for it.
Well, that's not.
But I think all of them are. Because when I
Really?
did it for
You did it?
every restaurant, at least when I did it for Autism Speaks, like I just went in and asked, and some said, oh, you have to talk to corporate. But I mean, it was pretty easy with, like, I know some schools like do it with like Royal Palm Ice Cream Company, and like it's a pretty common thing. It just depends on whoever that franchise owner is or the owner of the store is.
Okay.
And then it's how typically it's a couple of hours.
Yeah, just a couple hours.
So,
It's usually not their busy time.
all right, who wants to, you want to draft a letter
Yeah.
since you've done this?
Yeah, for sure. And then we can also have a different one where we come up with sponsorship, maybe packages for places like our Publix and,
What do you mean packages?
like, they could be a gold sponsor towards our mission for $500
Oh,
or.
I wonder if they did anything like that for the 5K run.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, maybe
That's
that's a
the
big deal.
25th of this month.
Yes, I'm going.
You're running?
Yes, I
Oh,
went right to the first one.
Did you run all you did?
I did.
How
Yeah.
did you like it?
It was fun. It
Yeah?
was really, really fun. It was nice.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Did they have anything
Very pretty too, because when
interesting?
you're coming back, the sun is coming off. It was really nice.
Do they have sponsorship names?
Yeah, they
along
had
the road?
sponsorship.
They did, so that means they've
The
done it.
DJ. It was really, I thought it was very well organized.
Oh, nice.
Now, who, that is run by whom?
This
Julian.
Julian.
He's one of the council members.
I see.
He's
Yeah.
the firefighter.
Yes,
It was his idea, yeah.
it was, I thought it was very well organized.
So we're
They did a
gonna
good
have
job.
to talk about, what school,
Yeah.
we would advocate to give it to this year.
Right.
But I
Last
don't
year
know,
was
they
also
sort of
good.
decide themselves and then they gave it to us, but
Yeah.
So now, does this letter have to be approved by the council? Yes, yes.
So draft
So
letter
you
is
have
for
to send it to
everybody, I think.
No,
Well, you can send it-
Jennifer, and Jennifer
Oh,
has to
okay.
send it to.
Okay.
Then you send it to us.
Well, I'll get it and then I'll share
Has
it
to
with
be
Greg
approved.
and then,
You'll share
Well,
the
do you-
final thing.
yeah. Do you want to see it, I guess, before we send it to Greg?
yeah,
Okay, so once
yeah.
you send it to me, then I'll send it out and put
Okay.
Greg on it. And then once it's approved,
Now, can we do this on, city letterhead?
that will be approved as well.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would make sense.
I think it
but, you
should
know,
be.
It should be on
It should
city
be,
letterhead.
yeah, definitely should be.
We don't have
letterhead
cards, so
Well,
we
but-
might as well have
Yeah.
some letterhead and
With
some
our-
cardstock
with our-
paper.
with our group's name on it too,
Yeah, I agree.
because we need to let the public know that we're doing something.
So when you say blast to the schools, how does that work?
I say, yeah, like maybe we can reach out to each of our principals
Principals, okay.
and say, hey, this is something that we're doing. It's gonna come back to the community, each of our schools in Westlake. And then they'll, I don't know what their approval
Encourage.
process is, but they'll put it in the backpacks, like in the folders
So
and
they'll,
stuff.
they'll actually print it for us, or do we have to print it?
We
and
have
get
to bring it.
We have to print it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we can email it to them, but I would probably just bring it for a more personal touch.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, so we have to get that approved by the council. And then print it and get it out to the schools.
And then anywhere else too, we can like for instance, like Orange Theory, we can drop off the stack at Orange Theory so they know, or you know what I mean? Like just,
Mhm.
So we can't even
Drop it everywhere.
start to go anywhere until the next council meeting.
Well, until it's approved,
But-
because,
it might be approved before the meeting.
well, if the next council meeting, well, it depends on when you give it to them, because it has to go either on the agenda or whenever Greg decides to bring it up.
2 weeks
February.
before, so 2 weeks before?
Yes. So if you go ahead and get something together, we can try, well, what's
What's the
the
next
date?
meeting?
It's February 11th.
We don't have that time. Oh, yes, we do.
Yeah, February.
But you have to do
But
it.
2 weeks.
You would have to do, I would assume by next week, but that would be up to me. But if it could be done as soon as possible, otherwise it would be March. Whenever it's approved, then of course we would know what to do from there. And then if we need to have another meeting for April, we can go from there.
Yeah, I think we should get together, I'm a little concerned about why Keith didn't call,
We haven't heard a thing.
he was at the last meeting.
Correct.
He had a tire issue in another city. The
He
last issue
might have left you a
was this one.
message, maybe,
Well, not for this.
not for this one.
Okay, so it sounds like Culver is up because it's not Westlake.
Correct.
Who? Culver's is
Culver's.
up because it's not Westlake. Right, so when he calls back, I'll.
No, but I don't know why it can't be. It might be out of Westlake, but they have had schools from all over.
I think it's to
Going
support
it.
the community. Because again, my son goes to H.L. Johnson and every time they do this, it's always a Royal Palm Beach.
Only Royal Palm
It's
Beach.
usually Royal Palm Beach Ice Cream Company or Royal Palm Beach Ice Cream. It's usually where they have it. So I feel like it's just to give back, like your local businesses.
All right, so
Which
let's-
we might
you're
have-
having trouble anyway, so maybe we should focus on these.
Are we gonna ask for a certain percentage, certain time?
Yes.
What do you think the percentage should be?
Yeah, we should all be in agreement on what time. I think they had like 3 hours or something like that. Over
Just 3 hours, okay.
like 5 to 8.
So how many, what percentage? I'm
You know,
asking
they
Ann
told
right now.
me at Culver, the percentage gets greater the more people show up. So I
Oh,
don't
it's
know
on
if
the
we
scale,
want
isn't
to, yeah, they have it on a scale.
Should
I
we
don't know.
start small.
I think we should start small and maybe
what's
just
small?
say,
10%?
10?
Oh, too small? 20%?
25?
You want me to get 25?
I'm sure it's tax deductible for them. because
I
it's
am like go
donation.
big or go home, so you
Okay.
can't ask me.
How about 20%?
Okay, 20%.
Just for the 3 hours. And then if, what do they want to make a deal? You know, we'll have to deal with that, but how about 15%?
So say 20% of gross,
I think they determine.
if it's net.
I think it's, I'm trying to think back when I went in there.
You know, I'm trying to think too, because I just saw one.
20% of the profits? I don't. Hmm. The manager in Culver's would know that. Could go and ask him.
Oh, Giovanni. He was learning. He listens to my whole spiel.
He did?
And I thought he was gonna help me. It's like, okay, do this.
20%.
What are we
I don't
doing
know
it
what
for
their
again? It's for, like,
profit
PE
margin,
equipment?
some of those
We said
small,
for scholarship, right?
I think we said both PE equipment and curricular scholarship or club scholarships. Or, student club scholarship, how would you put that? So we know it's going to.
just, it's club sponsorships. Club scholarship sponsorship, scholarship sounds like an academic.
Right.
How about just club sponsorship?
Club
because
sponsorship.
It costs to belong. I didn't, that's terrible, students can't afford, that's a lot of money. Maybe we only give the money to the students that.
Okay, let's do that. I think I like that.
Can't
Let's
afford it?
like zone in on
Yeah, I
that.
think we should zone in too. I think that I would imagine that each school would have scholarships, but.
How do you do something like that and this, and just let it go by the
And
way?
you say no to a child that wants to join a club, that's
You're doing this while we're talking?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
well,
Thank you.
so 20% of the gross sales.
Yeah.
The bill of that,
Because I think their margins
they're pretty slim.
are slim
Neat food
for
industry. is slim.
fast food things, yeah. And if they push us back a little, but it's like you say, we started a little high.
And how do we advertise their business? Just because every school will get it and they'll see on there that 20% of the or whatever, it's gonna go toward,
Well, we'll do like what we did with Golden Grove, maybe we'll invite them and they'll write a check and we'll present it.
okay. Oh, maybe, that's like it.
All right, so I hope this letter, this is AI, not all me. I hope this letter applies to you well.
Oh, it's great.
My name is blank and I'm reaching out on behalf of to explore an exciting partnership opportunity that would not only benefit your business, but also support the students of Westlake Public Schools. We are organizing a fundraising initiative to provide students with opportunity to partake in after-school clubs such as robotics club, chess club, sports club, and other enriching activities. These clubs play a crucial role in fostering creativity, teamwork, and leadership skills among students, but many students are unable to participate due to financial constraints. We are seeking local businesses like yours to partner with us by hosting a fundraiser on a night of your choice. The concept is simple. We invite families and supporters of Westlake Public Schools to dine at your establishment between X amount of time on the selected night, and in return, we kindly ask for a donation of 20% of the dining proceeds during that time. This partnership offers multiple benefits, such as increased foot traffic from local families and community members, positive brand recognition and goodwill as a community-driven business, promotion of your business through our school network, including flyers, blah, blah, blah. We would love the opportunity to discuss this initiative further and work with you to make it a successful event. Please let us know if you'd be willing to participate or have any questions.
Jeez.
Thank you for your support. Look forward to possibly
All
partnering
with
with you.
AI in that short time, really?
All right.
I think it's beautiful. I think we should shorten it though.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
we'll read it.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
That's
I agree.
beautiful though. That says it.
And
No, but they're not gonna read it anyway, but it'll be like something official and they'll
Oh,
keep it
I
and
see,
maybe
I see.
they'll read it later, right?
Or you follow up with an email.
I feel like it's kind of wordy.
No.
But it says it. I think take out.
It
the
gives
PDF.
all the information that they may have questions about.
That's true.
And if they ask if other places have done it, you can say, and I'll say what you said.
We can say that
Yeah,
we are approaching this one, you know.
yeah, that we're approaching
Yeah.
other places and that, some of the members on the committee have done this in the past.
Right,
Right?
Yeah.
right, we'll tweak it a little bit.
And then it'll be advertised in every school, given to every student, that these places are having this event on this. Like,
Yes, so
Yeah.
once they commit,
Yeah.
then we would make a very simple, like I'd say, like sheet flyer,
Mhm.
and we'll have like whatever the logo is and all of that. Because I believe, oh my gosh, it was so long ago, but I believe there was like, especially for places like Starbucks and that, there was like fine print on the use of their logo and how it can be distributed and things like that. So there was additional
Mhm.
paperwork that had to be done.
Boy.
Can we also advertise in the Wanderer and the?
Oh, yeah.
The other
Yeah,
one,
The town crowd.
support our schools and
Yeah.
put that half piece of paper,
yeah,
advertise it.
Yeah.
So we have to get that approved too.
But it sounds like every time we take a step, it's gotta go to the committee.
But that's the thing, is if we can do it quick, you know what I
I
mean? Like,
think when you present it, just have everything digitally together.
See, it's all in that.
But we have to,
And we
But I
can
mean-
send that to
Yeah.
the.
but we also have
council.
to ask about if we can advertise in the Wanderer and the.
correct, yeah, I
So
think
we
we have to have,
ask that.
I think that should be okay. They've been doing it. They had a picture in the town crier.
That's after the fact. I'm saying advertise ahead of time.
And then
Support
go
our
and submit
schools.
the flyer with it,
Submit
submit
it, yeah.
advertising,
Put
everything.
it right in the
with it.
paper.
so we'd have to, I guess we can do a sample flyer,
Yeah.
since we don't have anybody yet, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
right,
Just like
yeah.
have a sample.
Yeah, company.
Right, exactly, like company name.
Right.
Advertise in the papers, then the community will see it and they may just want support.
Yeah. I like that. But we also have to make sure that Golden Grove has clubs.
Has what?
Has clubs. We
Um,
have to make sure, because not, like I said, not every school offers it. I think it's.
Yeah, but in a worst case scenario,
Well, after school activities.
Okay,
Everything has that. Everybody has
They
after
do?
school. Oh,
all
yeah.
right, so say after school activities.
okay,
Something to that effect.
yeah. Actually, they do have clubs, because he
They
did,
do?
my son did, that company that comes now to do the Spanish classes for kids at the Westlake Lodge. Oh my gosh,
Oh, yeah.
that company went to
It's
to Golden
going to
Grove.
school.
He used to do
How
it at Golden
often?
Grove.
A lot? They were teaching them?
It was an after school club. So the after school
wow.
clubs usually run
Okay.
like 5 to 6
Wow.
weeks, and it's
I
one day
was
a week.
thinking of going to that thing in Westlake and brush up. on my
They're
Spanish.
really good. They're so interactive. They're awesome.
Are they
yeah.
all ages?
This was good.
Here comes
You
this
can have a
old-
big kid.
this old broad.
You can go
It's
volunteer and
what's-
learn it.
See, my undergraduate major was French, and my minor was Spanish.
Wow.
my-
Did you retain any of it?
Well, I did, I can get by somewhat, but it needs to be better. In those days, they told us the Sputnik era, before your time, that it was
I
gonna
remember
be
Sputnik.
French. They said that was gonna be the language of the world.
Wow.
But
Yeah,
talk
that's
about
why-
being wrong.
In high school, everyone took French.
That's why
Wow, interesting. When I was in high school, they said Mandarin.
they fit that.
Really? Huh.
Well, that was probably even better,
Well,
but
it's-
harder.
Chinese population is the largest population in
Yeah,
the world.
yeah,
so-
yeah. Did you like it?
So I didn't take it. That was just what they
No.
recommended.
I'm not saying that I did it.
I took Spanish. I'm a true South Floridian, so I took Spanish. I knew I would need it.
Okay, so,
All right, so this is exciting.
yes.
All right, so we got one step forward.
All right, so we have a letter going out. We're
And
gonna ask if we can advertise. You're gonna tell them who we're, are you telling them that? Do you have to present this to the council?
Yeah, Greg, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Either. He seems to like to talk to the board.
Okay, good.
So we can-
He's our liaison, isn't he, to the council?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so the letter has to be approved. Do we have to be approved?
I
to go
mean,
to
we
these
could meet
places?
within a month if talking to Greg is gonna clarify some of these things before going to the board, right?
Say it again.
We could meet in another month, but we have to no, it's in there. We could meet in another month, and by then Greg would have some ideas of what we can do and what we can't
So
do.
you can talk to Greg on the side.
We meet sometime in February, maybe.
Okay.
So can you invite everybody to that ad hoc meeting, you think? Yeah,
It wouldn't be ad hoc,
everybody,
it would be still advisory.
ad hoc
Okay.
advisory board meeting, yeah.
No, it wouldn't be ad hoc at all. It would be strictly advisory.
It would be just a regular meeting.
It will be another meeting.
That's what you just
Different
next meeting.
business.
It must be
And it
thrilled
would
about
be-
that idea. And the paperwork.
Yeah, you have to do an agenda all over, you have to do the same process just like.
Yeah, 2 weeks in advance.
Well, at least give me time to orchestrate everything, because it
Okay.
has to be in the website, you have to advertise for the public, just like we do this meeting.
So people, oh,
Yeah, so that people can have the opportunity.
But did they call it an ad hoc committee? What you were meeting? No, they called it a meeting.
extra meeting, additional meeting or something like that.
What if we called it ad hoc?
You would be separating yourself from advisory. That's one of the things we discussed. at the
No,
last meeting.
because the ad hoc committees have to be from an existing committee. Yes, if you look it up,
Well, you can get with Greg.
All right,
I
we'll
will
talk to Greg about
I'll leave that.
because they talked about making us ad hoc, but they thought that meant pulling us away from Westlake and it.
Oh,
But an ad hoc committee has to be part of a regular committee that has a additional meeting. And I tried to look up what it must be Latin, ad hoc, must be something additional something.
well, it's not Spanish.
Just
But it's
keep the
Latin
name-
based, it
change
should,
the
you
name
know,
of the board,
yeah.
Since it's already in the budget. I said you just have to keep in mind that you can't change the name of the board if it's already set.
Oh,
as an
yeah,
advisory
no,
board.
no, but this is just a kind of a meeting. It's not the. All right, so that was a big one.
Mhm.
Do you want to talk a little bit about the gifted programs? I mean, this would be something bigger. I put a little note on it. What do you know about West Tech?
Nothing,
Nothing.
does not ring a bell.
All right, so West Tech is the trade school that is part of the county.
Okay,
And it's, I think, there was some kind of discussion when I was working at Palm Beach State College, because we have a lot of trade programs. And there was a little tug and pull about who's gonna do what. I think there's a location in Belglade or near Belglade. And I don't know if they'd let us touch that area or not, but it would be nice if that could kind of work with the high school.
So
Maybe
kids
they-
go to this school, the high school does not offer the programs that the child
Right.
wants to take.
Right, yeah, or and sometimes it's duplicate,
Oh,
but it's a whole separate school. I don't know a lot about it. I can call, what's our school district, Marcia, and see, what she.
I feel like Keith would probably know a lot too, because he was so passionate about the trade program, he might know.
Who?
Keith, I think
Yeah,
Keith, right?
yeah, he was, yeah.
Might know.
Yeah.
So should I just
So we'll,
Export
we'll,
this
we'll assign that to Keith.
and just save it right now for now, because we still have to do a sample flyer, right?
Maybe we can say in the notes, we're gonna ask Keith.
Gotcha. Right, so let me just type that up too.
Alright.
We're about to just make a wonderful zip file.
good job, Brenda.
So knock it out.
And this time, I think that's how we have to do it,
Yeah, I
because it
agree.
takes too long between meetings. Yeah.
Okay, so school assignment.
I think the trade show thing would be cool, and invite people and have snacks or something like that to get
The trade
the
program.
parents to come. To open it up to the community.
So
I think so.
I do. I think it's great. I think the trade program is,
Did you have trade programs in your districts?
yes, but
Yeah.
a lot of the kids had to go to a different school because we didn't offer enough. We had carpentry and a few other things, but
first
you
and
know,
last name.
plumbing, electrician, and all that stuff. So we had to send them.
Have a last name.
Even the agricultural school, we
Yeah,
had them
see,
doing
Lisa
agricultural.
has been there, so she would know a little bit more. I went there ages ago, but beyond the housing program, which the mayor made a big deal about, he really liked it. But they built a whole house.
Yep.
And they brought it out at the facility and finished it and signed it somewhere.
But I agree with you with the trade program. I think we need blood. I think people should focus on college. But let's focus on the trades. Yeah.
And I think some kids want to go, and the parents are going, no, you need to go to college. Yeah.
That's correct.
All right, so you had, remind me, what restaurants?
Okay, I'll tell you, Habit Burger and KFC are me.
I have Marco's and Pomodoro.
KFC.
Okay, yeah, KFC and Habit
So
Burger.
you took how many?
2.
Okay.
KFC and
Then
Habit
you
Burger.
have Pomodoro.
And Marco's.
Marco's Pizza. And then I had. And Starbucks.
And we gave Keith Gator Shack.
Yeah.
And we gave Keith the Taco Bell.
Yeah.
We'll give them one they're not yet.
Taco Bell is Lisa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Gator Shack.
What's that? Let's see. Then you said we needed a sample flyer,
So we can advertise it in the,
right? Just like a sample. You guys can move on if you.
I'm glad we have a technology native. with us.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm just
Well,
married
we
to a
have
tech
two,
nerd,
and
so
we have two.
I am married and
Do you remember fussing with them when you were little? Not so much.
not so much. I
No?
really, yeah. I think it's just I was just the generation of tech where you know,
It's how you grow up.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think cell phones were out when I was in elementary.
Oh, God, it's
Yeah.
not until I was well into my.
Yeah. So I just now I know more because again my husband's in tech, so there's certain
Oh,
things that
okay.
like
I see kids that are in the carriage part of the cart in the supermarket, you know, and it's all fluffy and they got them, and they're like this.
yeah,
Yeah, they just.
They
not
don't
use
even
them.
talk.
it's insane.
Yeah, it is insane.
Fundraiser.
I remember my first job was in business, and I had the green ledger sheets.
Oh, yeah, I
And
know.
and pencil. That's pretty sad.
Oh, yeah. And I remember the orange cards that we used in college to enroll students. They came out of the machine. They came out of the big room.
The big room with
And
the
if
air
you
conditioning.
dropped the box,
You
it
put them
was a
back.
mess. You got an orange card and that was your entry into
Into the
the
program.
class.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Well, this,
And
now,
now you may not finish it. Okay, so, as far as the, cause I don't wanna rush you trying to, do
Yeah.
what you're trying to do, and I don't want us to have to wait, trying to rush as well, so.
Agreed.
We should.
Let's move on to the next one.
we gotta show-
Specialized. Okay.
they kind of wanted to know our action priorities, so I guess this is a big one.
Big one.
And then we could say that, but I think they wanted a bigger list, and I don't know that we can commit to all these other things. A, with all that's involved in what we're doing, and B, that we're missing 2 people. But,
Well, the business community relationships, we're building that with this program. The school awareness partnership programs, we're doing that. Scholarship, we're kind of doing that with the, given to the clubs.
right,
Funding, that's what we're doing. Volunteer, that is tough with the way the schools run. They want it, you know,
right away.
they need it, they don't need it 2 months from now, they need it.
Well, but they
next
must
week.
know more in advance than they're telling.
Well, I know,
us.
so, yeah, I have a couple of things.
You know, I think if they know we need more time, maybe one thing that's further out, we take something that's closer.
Yeah, yeah,
For Christmas. Specialized programs and all that with the collaborations with the trade schools too. Well, they saw this, so I would think if they saw this,
Mhm.
they would have said, oh, you can't have business community relationships, right? Or was it that they wanted more specifics, but I don't know. He passed out this form to everybody, so you would hope that.
A lot of this
I
right here
wasn't
is
there at that, were you there at that meeting?
at this council meeting,
Yeah, not the last one.
the one where we don't, where they gave the check to the Golden Rose.
No, it was the other one
I thought the one,
recently.
I wasn't at the last one.
I think it was the one before,
We passed them
but
out.
I was there.
For those that passed out, we go to.
It was in November. Okay.
But Mia, this, right, A through H here, right, incorporates a lot of what we're doing
Yeah,
with this one, initiative. On this, I mean, it's not just
But
the
it's
teacher showed it.
actually-
That we can't.
Yeah.
Do.
funding sources we can pursue. Culvers, we found that one was out of the area. The 5K funds every year, we'd like to have that decision.
Now, that's a big one. I wonder if we can do something with the schools, we partner with the schools with, some type of fundraising with the kids, whether they have a walkathon or they have something in the playground, where they do something. I don't know, something. Every school gets involved and it's a big fundraiser. I think that feel more.
Like a mini Olympics or something?
And each school participates. And, yeah, whether it's, they don't all have, tracks.
Yeah, and they all don't have, certain activities, do they? Or physical kinds of things?
Right. Something that kids can get involved in. They bring home the sheet and they ask people for donations, and then they bring it to school and they, do whatever, like how many laps they do or something. I don't know. What?
Chipotle has a whole webpage for it.
Oh,
25% give
5%?
25%.
wow. We have a Chipotle here?
Coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
Oh,
That's one of the
perfect.
companies. Yeah, wow,
There we go.
wow.
This is a thing, Chipotle.
Wow.
Right. Okay, so
Yeah,
maybe
it's a later one.
And that's what they list for schools: art, music, clubs, teams, science, tech.
Wow, you just Googled it and it.
Well, I was trying to find examples of a flyer and Chipotle popped up.
Wow,
All right.
I wonder if Starbucks does something like
I
that.
wonder.
What if McDonald's does?
It's called. It looks like it's called Give Back.
Could give, could say
Yeah,
your kids.
yeah, maybe KFC does.
Yep, well, we'll soon find out.
Yeah. I was all ready to say, well, what do we say if they tell us something lower and they won't move from that? Do we still go with them?
Is something better than nothing, or do we stick to the 20% because it's gonna be a flyer? Well, if they're gonna be on there, Hamburger will give 10%, Starbucks will give 20%. Is that okay?
Well, I say we just ask what we want to ask, and then they'll come back and say, "Sorry, corporate only maxes out at whatever." You know what I mean?
And then we just do.
Yeah.
I don't know, we're not gonna, well, the flyer isn't, oh, the flyers, well, we can say between something and something, right? That the organizations usually typically give
Mhm.
between 20 and
We're asking for.
30% or something like that, right? So that we don't identify anybody as being below somebody else. I don't know.
I don't know either.
We won't know until we get out there. For
Exactly.
the first one, we should all get together after.
Right.
Right after we go out there, which is not gonna be till after the next meeting. Crazy.
But at the next meeting, we'll have answers. At our next meeting, we'll have answers.
Yeah, our next regular meeting.
So we will have answers, so that's good. And I think we're on the right track.
Yeah, so the interim meeting will be more nuts and bolts on the doings of the.
We won't have the answers for them.
Crystal's writing away here.
It's like, trying to find all these.
But in the meantime, I'm really, I mean, I'll do some research on, I can't go talk to them, but I can certainly have information about, maybe, if you go into, invite going to Haberburger or into the KFC, I have a little history of the company and
Yeah,
maybe you can find out.
right,
they've
yeah,
done in
we
the
can do
past.
some research, yeah. Or maybe even other places.
Mhm.
I mean, we haven't even talked about Publix, and Publix should be a big hit.
As is Walmart, but Walmart is not here yet. It may not be.
Judging by the way things. It's a controversial topic.
Did you
Girl
go to the
Scouts and
last meeting? We had more people. I didn't.
More people, yeah, I read about it.
I read about it too.
But Walmart, I would go in for my Girl Scout troop or whatever years ago, and they would just hand over a check.
Really?
Oh, because they had to. They so much of their,
Profits.
corporate has, so much of their, profits have to go to, fundraising or
Well, maybe,
donations or
maybe
whatever.
we should hit up the big guy.
Which one's that?
Who's the guy that owns Walmart?
Oh, I don't, but we're not, it's not here yet.
Huh?
It's not here yet, like Lowe's.
What about the tractor place?
Tractor
That's
place.
being built
That's being
now.
built.
Oh, that's true.
My school used to get wood from like Home Depot and Lowe's too. They would donate wood to the trades.
No.
That's probably,
Wood to the trades.
wood to the trades, but,
That's a good one.
how much of this does the school do on their own too? Like, I don't know.
I don't get the impression
They do a lot.
they do much with businesses. I don't.
Yeah.
You
Are
would
we
think
doing both?
when we were
or
asking
one?
them, like when Lisa was asking them, they would say, well, so and so does this.
Mhm, mhm.
I think Publix might be a place for doing that big sign for the high school.
It's advertising if
It's
they,
advertising, if they can do
if they
it.
can put their corporate. name
Yeah,
on it.
maybe we need to put that on the agenda too. Say we're thinking about, having Publix help with the potential sign that the high school has already asked about.
See what it says.
And you
Put
taking
it on
notes?
our notes? Will you put that on our notes?
Will I put that on?
Oh,
my-
we have to submit it to you. We have to submit it in
Submit
writing.
it
We
in
have to submit it
writing,
in writing.
yeah.
Oh, all
yeah,
right,
yeah.
okay. Oh, you mean to go to the council. Yeah.
To a council and grade. Yeah.
Right from the
But is
paper.
it, do you write all these things that we're talking about?
So just like the minutes that I submitted, I do action minutes. I hit the topics and I keep,
Okay.
and that's because we record the minutes, so.
So if we submit a piece of paper to you right now saying we're thinking about finding if we can do a corporate sign for the high school, can we hint that to you and put on paper right now, or does it have to be through electric?
I will have to put it in record that you gave it to me during the meeting, but it wouldn't do anything. It's just in record that you discussed it. You still would have to take it to council, Greg, when it would be approved, but it would just be on record that this is what you gave.
So what would you be saying in the minutes about all these places that we're gonna go in?
I would just say, they discussed this in great detail.
They discuss what?
Like
The
depending
idea
on
of
the
the
topic,
topic.
depending, that's why I'm trying to keep it
Oh,
on
okay.
topic.
Focus on the topic.
Crystal's gonna give you something
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
and you'll give that to them.
yes, well, no, yes.
Well,
You'll
I'm
give
gonna
that to
give it-
Greg,
Yeah.
because that has to be emailed, and he'll be a part of the email. So he'll
Okay,
take it.
gotcha. All right,
But
so
as
then-
far as tangible meetings, as
Yes.
far as what we discussed now, I don't put the details in there.
Okay.
Just because it's, one, we're not being consistent as far as staying on topic. Two, I don't want to put things in there too detailed. I prefer to lead people to the YouTube channel to actually watch the video.
Okay, so our next meeting, you'll be able to let us know that the letter to each of these companies is approved, that we can go to these companies and discuss it, and we can ask what at the time, we can advertise in the paper.
So once I get it, once she gets it to me, depending on when she gets it, we'll put it in, email it to Greg.
Yep.
He will see it, he'll take it to council.
Yep.
It's gonna be from there what happens next and how soon that happens.
So, okay,
So once that's approved
Yep.
or whatever process that is.
so it might be at our
then
next meeting, you might have an answer for us at our next meeting.
Could be, it just depends on whatever
Just the
whatever
timing
council
of
does.
everything.
Yeah.
And then I have another question, sorry. Since we're here now, if I show you the three things and we agree that that's what we're gonna send to you, does that skip the step of me having it to send to you, to send to them for approval, then to send back to you, to send to Greg?
It skips half of that. So
Okay.
you would say, you would approve, they would approve it now. You
Okay,
can email it to me
okay,
and then I'll email it to Greg. But you
Okay.
all wouldn't have to see, no other member would have to see it because it's been approved
Quorum.
here
Okay.
now. And
So
so
let's
can
do
I
that.
send,
Yes.
are you,
Oh,
do you
yeah,
guys
we have a
feel
quorum.
good about
Correct.
this?
Okay.
And we would just write, oh, it's just.
Whoa.
So,
Friday and Saturday, so that'll be anywhere.
and then we can just put in the notes, the picture would obviously be for the
What's that
restaurant.
little print say down below?
It says the time,
Yeah,
the date.
location and time. Right, fundraiser event, doing this for a night of giving.
Support your schools.
Yeah,
something
maybe
like that.
support your schools,
Yeah,
something like that. Some schools in there.
right, cool.
Yeah, support our schools. Yep.
You were saying about that ended.
And then, are they gonna want a date, the council, a definite date? We can't put a date in until we get the approval.
Let it get approved and then they'll tell you whatever the stipulations are from there, what needs to be
Well, why
done.
don't we just
Okay.
put a date down?
Let's put a date down.
If approved, we'd like to do it blah.
Will that help?
No.
And I say that because they may say, okay, well, it needs to start in July, it needs to start in this, I don't want to take the answer for them. It's
Okay.
best to just give everything that you want to say while she's submitting everything.
Yeah.
And then we give it to Greg, and then when he takes it to council,
Yeah.
it will be that way.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Greg seemed pretty, I don't know if the word is anxious, but wanting to bring them some action items.
Yeah, I
So,
agree. I mean, but
Yeah.
it's been difficult
Mhm.
to understand this whole process of flow.
It's different in the states we came from.
Oh, we could get together
Yeah.
anytime we wanted in Massachusetts and talk and figure it out and
Yeah.
boom, get stuff done that way, you know?
Yeah.
Well, of course, the meeting, they're all set.
I would just like, is the school committee have to operate like this?
School committee Massachusetts is,
I mean,
I
here,
think too, I don't know.
yeah. I mean,
So I just put this one.
Well, your title now is, technical.
Right, I just erased the picture.
Join us for a night of giving to support our local schools, yes.
Yeah, right.
Perfect.
sounds like a salvation.
Ring the bell.
That's nice, I'm going to give it.
So this actually will follow up the new business and old business, but the new business is submitting
Okay,
this in, so we're actually into the new business part.
do we have to put one night or 2 nights? Does that matter?
I just did one night, just for
Okay.
now.
Yeah. You put just one night?
I just did Friday, January 17th, 2025. Just for a day to be on
Just
there.
for a day,
I think it is only one.
I think so too.
but it's a different night for every,
Right.
Oh, right, yeah. We'll have to
specify that.
work that out, yeah.
Mhm. Right, we got that.
I just put example flag somewhere.
Oh, on it.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
because since you have January 17th. See,
Oh,
it's already
facts.
Mhm.
This is true.
okay.
Okay,
It's back.
this is true.
Having the calendar.
Okay.
So this is what they do when they talk about politics, right? But it checks and balances, so that's good.
Exactly. Well, I don't really know where we're going. We're going, we could try to get the road.
Mhm.
This is all not funding for the EAB committee. This is for the schools.
Yes,
I think we have to be clear about that because I think there was some confusion about that with the attorney.
I don't know.
When we mentioned it a while ago about going over to the community. I think he thought we were raising funds for ourselves. That was my
Well,
interpretation.
I do want to go out to dinner, but.
Exactly. We can go to dinner with these places.
Um,
Okay, so I did this. I did restaurant
Maybe
name
we
and
give,
logo
maybe
here. and
we
then
give a
sample
little
flag.
bonus to the school. No, that's not fair, I guess.
Oh,
The school
it
that
raises
raised
the
the
money.
most money, yeah,
How would they know? I wonder if they keep track.
we would know,
I mean,
because they'll tell us.
yeah, but someone's gonna come in and, it's even customers that, even kids that don't go.
Right,
If
anybody
I
who
go,
goes
if
there.
we go, it's gonna go toward them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I think at the end of the day, the location would tell us you're gonna be awarded X number of dollars.
Oh, I see.
And based on that
Yeah,
X
yeah.
number of dollars, whoever gets. But maybe it's not fair. The schools are all different sizes,
Oh, yeah.
you know.
Right, so I have the list of who's going where.
Mhm.
And a copy and the letter, the sample letter. Oh, wow, it is.
Did the flyer. She got technical. We still take our notes. later.
I did not want that.
It's on everything, so. Do we have anything else from you?
New business. I'm good.
Yeah, I think. Do we have any public comments?
No, I don't have any public comment cards, Chair. And we've already done the board member comment. So,
Mhm.
Right. So I just sent this to you, right?
yes. And then what I'll do, I'll send it to Greg.
Jennifer Henkin?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, there is one other item on unfinished business. So can I
Which one?
backtrack?
Yes.
The interaction with Palm Beach County School Board meetings. You know, I pulled up that sheet that Marcia left us when she was here, but it didn't start with January, so I've got to get back in touch with her. I'd like
Okay.
to go to a school board meeting just to get a taste
Feel
of
of
it.
what's going on,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Let's see, there's even a lot to learn in your job if you haven't worked before with sunshine. And it takes what you did. It's important, I guess.
It's very detailed.
Yeah.
All right. And not copy anybody. It has to go only to you, right? So I want to make sure. Like, I gotta make sure.
And then what I'll do is when I get, tomorrow,
Okay.
I'll add the board members on there and add Greg on there and let them know that was approved and sent to council. Okay. And to follow up when necessary.
Can you put in the notes anything about, dining establishments that we assigned people to?
She did that.
Oh, you did?
She did, yeah.
I did. It's
Oh.
already been sent.
Okay.
There's no taking it back now.
Okay.
And then when's that, so do we know our next meeting date? Is it gonna be?
So I have, well, that depends. The only dates I had optional.
Okay.
If we choose to do another meeting, we have to figure out the time schedule for that.
I don't know, do we need an interim meeting now, or should we?
I
We come
was
back-
just waiting until you get back from council.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
Because
so.
you would just be having a meeting in between the meeting.
which we, no, we're not.
In April, I have Monday dates. Okay,
No, Mondays aren't good for me.
no Mondays.
No Mondays.
Okay. So the only Thursday date I have available is I think this is the 10th,
It's a Monday.
no, April 10th.
Oh.
It's April.
Oh, what happened? I forgot.
April
I'm so
10th
far
is
ahead.
Thursday.
Because you gotta realize the meetings are quarterly.
Yeah.
So we could change that, of course, after we get back from council as far as adding a meeting. And Mondays are a work day for you, or?
Yeah, I just have a commitment
Okay.
always on Monday. So Tuesday, did you say?
No, Tuesday's a council meeting.
Oh.
I try to keep those in, council with the manager. We try to
Thursday,
keep
April
those
10th.
meetings. So Thursday, the 10th? Yes. 17th is not an
Should be
option
okay.
because Friday is Good Friday. School is out.
That's
Oh,
fine by
she
me.
thinking ahead.
So, and then of course, the end of the month, we are trying to prepare for some other things with council. So that's why that's the only Thursday I have available.
Which was what day?
The 10th of April.
Thursday, April 10th, 6 p.m. here.
Does the other company here, the architectural committee?
The art,
Yeah.
they haven't had a meeting since I've
Look at us. We should document sent over.
I should say
Come on,
something.
like,
Don't ask me.
I said that very.
Well, there's a third committee though, too, right? No, there's that one. They probably didn't get any money to do another piece.
Well, I saw in one of the articles that they're installing one soon, like in the next couple of
That,
weeks, right? Is
that orange thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we agreeing on the 10th?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'll send
I
out a
added it
meeting
tonight.
like I do, did last month, just letting everybody know we're looking at April 10th at 6 here.
Mm-hmm.
I will try to figure out the gate situation between now, because it didn't, like I said, it didn't happen in October.
Right.
And then we also had public came in, so the gate was obviously open. We'll have to figure that out, push come to shove. Not rushing, but I guess if you make it in before 6, it's open, if not.
Oh, that's
there is
probably
this
why.
option
But
right
you
here.
can-
So what's over there?
There's a dirt road that comes out on behind, Fellowship Church in that neighborhood, so that's always an option, come in and go out.
Oh, really?
Yes.
All right, so we would drive into, the church and park.
No,
there?
no. So if you come in at 6, or
Yeah.
for some reason the gate is closed, you can, welcome to call me. Or if not, you can't go behind the building, but you'll turn by Fellowship Road, come around that, what's that?
I don't know what that is.
Just come around the curve. You'll see it when I'll show you once the meeting is
Okay,
over.
okay.
And there's a dirt road that leads right to the back.
Oh,
Okay, all right, yeah, I didn't know that.
okay, so we can sneak
We
in.
were here before 6.
Yes, I'm just saying the last time, I know some people came in either at 6 or after 6.
Oh,
And the gate was open, but I'll figure that out.
does it close automatically?
Yes.
Oh, it's time
I just
generated.
discovered that, yes.
Oh.
And it could be because we're beginning of the year, but I don't know. I just want to
Oh.
code it out ahead of
Yeah.
time so we're. But so the 10th, I'll send an email out like I did, like I said last month, and just let all members know.
Okay.
If we don't hear from Kate, I think once you missed your meetings.
I have to look at the ordinance. I'm
Yeah.
not allowed to.
Yes.
There will be another position.
Well, we even haven't been able to fill the alternative position.
That's all right. We're getting the ball rolling.
Right,
No.
yeah.
It's easier.
All right, cool. So I sent everything over to you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. I
I'm so
love
close
you.
Yeah.
Even more. Even more.
And I'll save that template so that, and hopefully, yeah, we can just edit it.
You can.
Oh.
It was even somewhat light when we came here.
It was.
It really is
That's light.
getting
Yeah, let's
lighter,
sample lighter.
later.
Anywhere City Street.
Yeah.
You probably had a little
Anywhere,
more
anywhere.
luck than I did because
Just see it.
as you move west, the time frame gets earlier. So you're in the more western part of the state, so you probably had more light.
In Massachusetts?
Yeah,
I was in the east. That's very,
that's east.
Massachusetts, yeah, east coast. At Cape Cod, up the,
Oh, that's true, yeah. Because it was 4:30. I drove home in the pitch black.
pitch black, absolutely.
I think we tackle everything, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
it was a fun meeting.
Some productive.
Very, we're all pretty engaged, I think. Thank you for your help. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
If all else fails, if we get stuck outside, who do we call?
I'll get, let's adjourn the meeting first.
Okay.
With the time change, I'll give you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Oh.
Oh, I second that motion.
Motion
The meeting adjourned
Every time you say that, I think of that song.
7:21.
Which one?
Second.
Oh, yeah.
I had a little motion like the song.
I second that emotion. Remember that song?
Yeah.
That's what I think. Which